Hello, this is Samsa again from GamingonLinux.com, and today I'm here to talk to you about Sanctum 2. So, this got released quite quietly actually on Steam, and as you might have already known, this was in beta for a long while. So you have been able to play this game if you really wanted to, but this should be the release version, so this shouldn't have those annoying fall through the floor glitches and stuff like that. And I've actually played this a bit. I played this on last Friday on my live stream, on my personal live stream, not on the GOL one, and I also played it a bit in the beta. So I think I know fairly well how this game works now. So let's jump right into it. So one thing I would like to mention is that this game has an FOV slider. I don't usually talk about the option stuff. Sometimes I should probably, but I've seen plenty of you guys ask me about this later, after the video, on the article comments and stuff like that, because apparently some of you suffer from simulation sickness, and personally I don't really care. The FOV only it only affects me gameplay wise. It doesn't affect me in a it doesn't make me sick or anything. But yeah, I'd like to just mention that this title has an FOV slider, and as far as I know, it also works. One thing that doesn't work, however, is if we go to advanced, and yeah, it's going to warn us that this might not be so good. But yeah, as you can see, I'm not supposed to have MSAA on, because MSAA for some reason causes problems, and they shouldn't be on. Oh well, if I'm going to change this, all of these UIs are going to go invisible. So I'm hoping that having 2 times MSAA won't screw up with the textures. I've seen some texture problems with this version, but I'm hoping that it won't happen now, that something is fixed or something like that. Because I turned that MSAA on, and I basically maxed out the settings, and that time it didn't work too well. So let's see how it works now. If it doesn't, then I'm just going to restart the game with MSAA turned off, and then we're going to get back to the game. But yeah, as you can see, I haven't really played this too far. I have just completed this first section here. So the game is basically divided into these sections where you have 4 maps or so. So I'm on the second chapter, the Rocky Fields, and I have played 2 of these levels here, the construction site and the comm tower. I haven't played Cliff Lodge yet, so I think we are going to do that now. So this game also works as a co-op game, and it's actually a quite fun experience as a co-op game. This time I'm playing alone, and it also works as a single player game. It's not too difficult to play it alone. And I have also turned the network settings to friends only, so that nobody will probably join me, because I'm currently offline on Steam, so they probably won't know that I'm playing. So the story is told through these comic strips in between levels, and they're also the loading screen thing. There isn't really any story within the game along the gameplay. It's just those comic strips in between levels. And this is the character selection screen. So we have 4 characters, and there are also some DLC characters, but I don't have any of the DLC, so I can only play these. And all of these have different weapons. So Sky, for example, has an assault rifle. Sweet Autumn has a Rex. I have no idea what the Rex is, because I haven't actually played Sweet Autumn. Simo has a sniper rifle, and my favorite character, Hygen Hawkins, has a shotgun. So I think I'm going to go with Hygen here. And you also get a secondary weapon. In this case, I'm probably going to switch this battle rifle to the ETK Tesla prototype, because I think the Tesla gun is a bit more effective. And then you have your set of towers that you can use. So I'm probably going to use my basic cannon and lightning, Gatling and drone combination, and then I also have a couple of perks that I can switch around here. Oh, and by the way, this is I should have probably mentioned that, but I expect that you know. So this is a tower defense FPS game, so it's a mix of those two. We have seen quite a lot of these games recently. So I'm probably going to use hollow point rounds. These increase weapon damage every 3 hits. And then Phoenix, if I die, I'm going to instantly respawn, and I also get increased damage after I've died. And I can't get the third perk before I'm level 12. I'm currently level 9. So I think this is okay, and textures look okay, so I think we might have dodged the bullet. Okay, so welcome to the game. Our job here is to stop these critters here from reaching our cores. So we have these 2 cores here. This time we actually have 2 cores, interesting. The levels before this only had 1. And how we do that is that we basically build these blocks, and that allows us to basically plan our defense against these guys. So if I put some blocks here, that should keep those guys from arriving to the core too fast, and that also allows us to place some towers here. So I think I'm going to just put a cannon here, and then I'm going to use the rest of my blocks here to basically make this a corridor of death, so that I can stop the critters from reaching the core. I can of course fight these guys with my normal weapons as well, but considering that we are fighting against a group of angry critters, it might be a bit wiser to use these towers in addition to our guns. So I also have a couple of these blocks, so I think I'm going to just make the enemies turn as much as possible. That should delay them.
Perfect.
And that's it. So I'm now all out of resources, and I should probably start the wave. So let's see how well we do. So the enemies are incoming. So this shouldn't be too hard. These are just some normal small creatures, and our guns are quite effective against these guys. So I'm fairly sure that my towers could also take these guys out without a problem. But let's just do some killing, just for the heck of it. And one thing that you should know about this game is that you can reload your gun while you're using the other gun. So basically, if you are out of bullets, just set the gun to reload and then switch to the other gun, and that allows you to just basically reload and shoot at the same time. So you are not limited to the one gun that you are reloading at the moment. And this time these enemies are coming from a different direction, so we should plan our defenses here. These are bigger dudes, so I think we have a couple of warriors here, and this is an annoying place to defend. I should probably just block this area off completely, so that if they come here, they just have to turn back. And that way we can just lead them here. I'm still not too happy with the with my defense plan here, but hopefully it's okay. I have plenty of these blocks, so that should allow us to build a decent defense.
This will work nicely.
Yeah, it probably will. So I'll plop some I think I'm just going to use a lightning tower here. And then... how does this go? This probably goes like...
Perfect.
this, I think.
This will work nicely.
So now they have to go through here. And then... I'll just put a couple of more of these blocks here. And I guess that's okay. So now I have to defend this side. And the next wave probably will have both of these lanes active. So let's see how this goes. Once again, it's basically just these small guys. And then there are probably going to be a couple of those bigger dudes. Yep. Actually, these are just walkers. They aren't even warriors yet. So these different enemies react differently to different types of weapons, different types of towers, and they all naturally have different amounts of HP. And they also have different weak spots. So if you are accurate enough, you can actually shoot at those weak points and do more damage. And I'm going to actually decrease the volume a bit because it's too loud for me. I can't speak over the gameplay too well. Okay, so many of those guys actually ran directly past my defenses here. So I think I should fortify this place a bit more. Those guys are medium-sized dudes, and then those are... I think those are ranged dudes over there. So I'm quite... I think this is okay here. But I'm not so sure about the other side. So, this is basically the strategic side of this game. So, you don't just shoot these enemies, you have to actually plan your defense.
Perfect.
But, you know, we've seen plenty of these tower defense type of games, and even these tower defense shooters. Like Dungeon Defender, for example. I played quite a lot of that game. Well, not too long. Not really all that much, but quite a bit. Okay, so I'm running out of time here, so I'm just basically forcing the enemies to go the long route here. Okay, so the enemies are incoming. So for now, the enemies are coming from this direction. We can, you can see the map on the top left corner here. So this that allows me to basically monitor the situation a bit better. So my turrets are doing fairly well. Yep. And that should take care of those guys. And none of them have reached my cores yet, so I'm okay for now. So there are some critters coming over from this direction. Some small guys. And a couple of big dudes. Yep, walkers. So the smaller guys already died. So it's basically just this guy. Yep. And that's the second wave done. Then those guys are most definitely ranged dudes. And then there are a couple of these hovering dudes coming over from this direction. So I think I should probably deploy this drone thing that I got and put it somewhere here to stop the bigger dudes. I'm not sure how well that will work against these medium guys, but I hope it works decently. And you can take care of that. And then I have a Gatling gun that I can probably deploy somewhere here. Yeah, this looks like a nice spot for a Gatling gun. And then let's just continue the by placing these blocks. We can also use resources to upgrade structures, so that way if we reach the maximum amounts of towers that we can place, we can always upgrade those towers that that we have already placed. Okay, so this should be nice, though I don't really like that, so I can move it. Excellent. So now I should probably defend this side. I'm not sure how much damage those guys are small guys, but they are also fast. I'm sure that that side will be okay.
They're on their way.
Okay, so these are the ranged dudes, and these guys are a bit annoying because they can also, well, all of these guys can damage you, but these guys are ranged, so that makes them a bit more dangerous. Of course, they don't do all that much damage, but they're annoying nevertheless. So, oh, okay, so that's not good. We should allow getting. We should avoid, not allow, getting killed, because dying at this point would be a shame. Okay, so how is the other side doing? Okay, none of the critters on that side got through. So those drones are doing their job quite nicely. So that's okay, so there are some enemies coming from this direction. Those are the faster guys. So, but they're also very weak, so it shouldn't be too hard to kill all these. Okay, come on, come on. I don't have the whole day just to wait you guys. Okay, so now I'm fairly sure this is okay. So now I should just focus on building more turrets. So there are some ranged guys coming over from this direction. The other side needs reinforcing because there are constantly guys coming over from this direction that are basically running over my defenses. So I should place some more turrets here. Something like a Gatling gun would be probably quite nice, though they don't have a long range. But I guess having a Gatling gun here would be okay-ish. And maybe a light... well, this isn't actually all that blocked. I think what I can do is I can place these here, and that allows me to use this tree as a block, basically, to stop the enemies from coming over to this direction. And maybe if I put something, well, this is an annoying spot here, so I'm just going to take this block here, and I'm just going to place this a bit closer here to the enemies, and that way they can't really avoid the fire from these. Okay, and now something like a Gatling gun would be nice as well, so I think I'm just going to plop it here. Okay, so let's see how well we do this time. So it's 35 walkers from this direction. There is a hover or something like that. I can't remember. Oh yeah, hover on this side, it should be dead in a second. I can always monitor the situation on the map, so if it gets bad, this is actually a Walker Warrior. This guy is bad luck. Okay, so the hoverer is approaching the core, so I should stop it. I don't want these guys to be... Okay, so my core is taking some damage. It's not too bad for now. Okay, so the hoverer is dead. Now I should go on to the other side and protect that core, because those Walker Warriors are coming through. Something like a Gatling gun won't stop them. So these guys also have more attacks than the normal dudes, so
We made it.
excellent. So they can attack you in a multiple ways, so it's not just that single attack that you normally see. Okay, so fast guys, and I don't remember what that guy was, but because there are so many fast guys, I think a Gatling gun here would be nice. I'm not an expert, but I think it's okay. Then let's block this part a bit better and put something like
These will work nicely.
lightning tower there, and let's continue placing blocks on this side, I think. So if I do this, I think this is okay.
Perfect.
Maybe I should have more turns, but I guess this is okay.
This will work nicely.
So actually this is not okay. This is bad. So what I should do instead is I should make it turn somewhere around here. And then lead them like this.
These will work nicely.
And just a few more blocks and I'm all set.
They're on their way.
Okay, so I don't I don't remember what guys are. Okay, so small guys. The Tesla gun will basically screw these guys over. And this is a bobblehead. I haven't seen that enemy before, so I don't have any idea what it does, but it seems to have quite a lot of health, and it's not taking any damage. So I think, oh yeah, now I see. So I should just shoot that guy at its head. So these guys should die pretty easily to my Tesla gun. Yep. That's those guys gone. And the other side is under attack, though those guys seem a bit lost. Nothing on the other side. So I should basically just stand about somewhere around here and kill these guys one by one. There was one of those bobblehead guys coming over to this direction as well, so
Nice.
I guess it died. Okay. But I think this is basically enough. I'm not going to show you the whole map, because that would take quite long actually. Well, not too long, because we are on the 7th wave anyway, but I think this is enough for now. So overall, I think this game is pretty nice, though it's had some of those texture issues where basically all the textures were black or missing or something. I'm not sure actually what caused it, because back then I had MSAA on, and that's caused some issues, especially with the UI. And at first I thought it was the the high textures, but we played on the high quality textures and that was not it. But it mostly works now, and it's also compatible with Windows versions of this game, so you can play with your Windows friends. I did that when during the live stream on Friday with one of my friends, and it worked nicely. And I'm surprised because I probably had a quite high ping, but it worked nicely anyway. Usually I have an awful ping when I live stream and play multiplayer games online, but at that time it worked nicely. So I think this game is quite it works nicely even if you have a high ping. So if you are on a 3G or 4G wireless connection, it might still work. I won't say it works absolutely because I don't know, but it worked nicely when I was live streaming, and usually I don't have a good ping when I do that. But it's a nice game, and the port is done by Iculus, so it's a quality port, though he's been really busy these days, so you don't really know how the quality is going to be, but Iculus knows what he's doing, and this game is basically it shows that it works nicely, and I think you should get it if you can. It was on free weekend, so I hope you picked it up then and played it, but I'm afraid that the free weekend is over now, or it's going to be over soon, and so yeah. But anyway, this has been me playing Sanctum 2, and we will see in the next video.